Hello. I didn't think I was going to record anything. I didn't think I had anything to talk about. But I did hear about the Oscars. I saw people started making videos last night. I did not click on it because at this point, most of us have seen things like this so many times that we know there's more to the story. And so if I feel like any of those channels is people who just want to gossip and what do you think Will Smith should have done? What do you think Chris Rock should have done? So what is your opinion? I don't want to hear no opinions from no lay people that don't understand the celebrity world. I don't either because I'm not a celebrity. But I would rather, even if I do listen to a person that's not in that world, they have to be they got to be very deep. I mean, they got to really, really dig deep to see. They almost need to know occultism pretty well. But see, their own occultism, I'm going to tell you something what I know about even regular folks versus celebrities, though. Even people who really, really deep into the occult. Sorry. I'm just reading something. Even people who are really, really deep into the occult, who are just regular folks, unless they know somebody else that's a celebrity that's involved in that world, they still can't tell you everything that's going on. So it really takes somebody who can see beyond the veil. Let me say it like that. It takes somebody who can see beyond the veil, even when these entities are trying to hide it. You hear what I say? There's a lot of people who could be so-called psychic. I don't really care for that word these days because it seems like the word psychic. The reason I don't care for the word psychic too much is because when I was taking mediumship, this was like in 2017, psychic is like something that's kind of low. It's not even at the level of mediumship. Psychic is not. So that word psychic is used a lot as if it's kind of a big deal, but it's not even at the level of being what you would call a medium. It's not even at that level. Okay? This is what somebody who was mentoring me kind of told me, but that's not the point. I'm going to get to the point. Even what so-called psychics got to say, I don't want to listen to them because to me, I don't feel like they getting the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I feel like they not even at the tip of the iceberg. Like they barely just shaved off the little tip. They barely shaved it off. So I can't even listen to a lot of them because they still very much into the matrix. They still very much into the matrix. And if you really, really invest into the matrix, I cannot trust your psychic readings because when I say you, obviously I'm not talking about the person who's listening. It's kind of like in general. But if you're really, really deep into the matrix and like really take everything seriously, like the news, you like all these different shows that come on TV, just really, really deep into the matrix, that's really attached to the matrix, you can easily be lied to. So I just kind of skip over all the videos that I saw concerning what happened at the Oscars, between Will Smith and Chris Rock. Because I don't want to hear no mundane conversations. People don't understand that world, so I don't want to hear nobody just bringing up some mumbo jumbo as if these people have been in the industry for about 30, 40 years, as if like this was just something that happened like you see on the streets. I wanted to hear something deeper, okay? So it is one person that I listened to that she's able to go deep. She's able to, even when these celebrities or these handlers or the government or whoever try to hide something, she can go so deep that she can see whatever they're trying to hide. So, I like stuff like that. I can't stand no surfacey stuff, and that's why I don't click on videos. I can't stand no surfacey stuff. But now this is the main message though. I had a dream and my head was down, buried in some kind of book. And a lady came in front of me and said, look up sometimes. Look up sometimes. And so that's what I want to say right now. Somebody kind of mentioned the stars. or the skies, like something's going on with the skies. Haven't we paid attention to the clouds? And let me say something, because that means something could be going on today. The reason maybe they got the world's attention from two A-list actors. And they needed, I always notice this. I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to look at the clip. I'm pretty sure the clip is all over the place. I'm not going to look at it because for some reason, they need so-called black people's energy. I don't know what kind of black magic they plan on doing, but for some reason, they need your energy. And so I chose not to look at it. And if I chose to look at somebody who's going to talk about it, it has to be somebody who can really break down what's happening in the world and not just focus on the celebrities themselves, but somebody who can really break down what's going on in the world, even if it's portals. Okay, when that thing with Kenneka Jenkins happened, somebody said something really interesting. There was a portal that was opening around the time people had everybody focused on Kenneka Jenkins. That was a setup. Not to say nothing happened to somebody in particular, but it was a portal open around that time when they tried to get everybody's attention. Now you got two major A-list celebrities who are black, so-called black men, that they knew just about everybody. I didn't see, like I said, I didn't watch the Oscars. I didn't hear any speeches. So I briefly heard what Chris Rock might have said through somebody else. She didn't watch the Oscar herself, but I guess somebody brought it to her. It was brought to her attention. So because she kind of reads on it, she decided to look at it so she can give some insight to what's really happening. And I like it when people can see beyond the veil. If they can't see beyond the veil, even when controllers of the Matrix are trying to hide what the real deal is, I can't, once you are able to get outside the Matrix, you can still see everything that's going on. And this is a person that can get outside the Matrix. And so once you get outside the Matrix, you see what's going on. But a lot of these readers are sucked into the Matrix. And so everything they say is shallow. I can't listen to them. Okay? Yeah. So I was thinking about look up sometimes. And so I briefly heard somebody say that today. And I was like, I was looking at the clouds yesterday and they had an interesting formation. But I don't really get into what it could be, because if it's something I need to know, I'm going to find out. Okay? If it's something I need to know, I'm going to find out. But that's very interesting how they needed the energy of so-called black people. For some reason, they needed black people's energy, and they needed some major actors to use. Like, they needed some major A-list veteran actors to use for whatever ritual they're trying to push for. Now, this a person brought up how the fact that Jada Pinkett had this look on her face like she didn't appreciate that. And it was talking about how, people like Chris Rock, because he's a comedian, to him it's just jokes. I want to explain something, and this is why I feel like people who are not in the celebrity world probably don't need to say much. Jada Pinkett is not only a witch, and I don't mean witch in a bad way, but what I'm saying is that she is not only a witch, she is a celebrity who is a witch, meaning that she is in a completely different dimension than most people who's trying to speak on it. Okay? And Will Smith and Chris Rock. They're in a different doggone reality. They're in a different dimension. They're in a different parallel world than even other regular folks who are occultists. Okay? Unless those other people who are occultists know other celebrities. Even people who are occultists, I can't even, it's only so much I can listen to them because they're still not celebrities. The celebrities are in a different parallel world, okay? Well, everybody's in a different parallel world, okay? People that work at McDonald's and people who work in nursing homes and people who work in assisted living in Wells Fargo, they're all in different parallel worlds. So it's not just celebrities. But what I'm saying is that there's a whole different world. That's what I'm trying to get to. Because everybody's in a different parallel world. But celebrities are in a completely, it's almost like they're on a different planet. It's almost like they're on a different planet than other regular folks are. They're in a whole different category. And so I just really get kind of annoyed. And that's why I don't click on videos. I only clicked on one person and another person. But because I knew they weren't going to just say what everybody else was saying. I knew they were going to read between the lines. I knew they were going to call this a ritual. And I already knew this other person I clicked on, I already knew that she was going to say that it doesn't have anything to do with these doggone actors. It has everything to do with trying to get people's attention to stop them from paying attention to what's really going on. I remember saying that they want to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, to make sure that people are not alert and aware of what's going on. They started the COVID. They started it started off with Kobe Bryant's death. For some reason, they're using these deaths and rituals of black men to kick off a lot of stuff. They use black men again to kick off something. Like they used Kobe Bryant to kick off this COVID. Then they used George Floyd to kick off something because it was called Black Summer. It happened the day of Memorial Day when everybody went crazy, and that was in 2020. They keep using, whether it's the murder of black males or something going on with the black male, or a black male getting assaulted by police, they keep using this black male, the American black male. I need to be clear on that. Okay, because it's not all the same energy. A regular guy that grew up and raised in Africa, it's not the same energy as this American black male that was born and raised in America that actually, that's not just a first generational black male. Okay. So it's different energies they're using. Okay, and I notice they're using this American black male for whatever they're trying to achieve. They keep using it for their agenda. Now they don't use Will Smith and Chris Rock. Now they're using that black male energy. They need this energy. I don't care as much. I don't really care. But I'm interested why they keep using black males and keep using black males as rituals for whatever agenda they're trying to push. Like they used Kobe Bryant for COVID. They used George Floyd to kick off some Black Summer in 2020. If something keeps going on with this black male energy that they need to kick off their agenda, or to make sure that they place to do rituals, like they need this energy for their rituals. They use black women too. But when they make things public though, I notice when they really make things public, it's with this black male. Even when it's murders. They put it all over the news and make it a real big deal, as if he's the most important thing in the world. I'm not trying to say he ain't important. I'm not trying to do all that mess right there. What I'm trying to say is that it's people who die all the time, right? Something that they need from this black male energy. It's something that they need. There's some rituals being done. And they keep using this energy from this American black male. Okay, but anyway, besides that, now see, that's what I would say. See, that's what I'm saying right now. I haven't even watched the Oscars, but see, that's where I'm going. I haven't heard nobody else say this. They keep using the energy of this American black male for their rituals and their magic. They use black women too. All them Latinos that died in the Travis Scott concert that got killed and trampled, they use that energy. But what I'm saying is something is going on with this American black male that's a big deal. And I get that you people are, he's the God, they're the gods. Well, let me tell you something. Black women are a big deal. Let me just say that, okay? But it's something that they need from this American black male, okay? It's something they need from this American black male. It's almost like they're doing it to make sure he never rises. I keep saying, I said this before, that it was some kind of deal when Egypt became whatever this is right now, because I have a hard time believing that Egypt is that land over there overseas that they want to call Egypt. I have a hard time believing that's the Egypt that we are being taught. I think Egypt is the United States of America. I'm not talking about, well, it said in the Bible. I ain't talking about that. I think this is the real land of Egypt. Like, this is where Egypt was. I'm thinking this is Egypt. Not what the Bible wanted. Not no symbolic meanings. I'm talking about, I believe this is it. Okay? And it's something they're doing with this black male because that was the first dynasty. Okay? Now they messing with black women because they making sure that matriarchy don't come back. Yeah. But I don't know what kind of deal was made between Constantine, Alexander the Great, and and black men. Okay, between these Europeans and black men, certain black men specifically. Because I noticed, yeah, they go in Africa and they do all this stuff to these Africans and try to, I get that stuff is happening to so-called dark-skinned people, black people around the world. Something is going on with this black American male and what they are doing. And I really feel like, number one, I feel like United States is the real Egypt. I think this is the real land. And I feel like there was a deal that was made for these Europeans to be on top for a little while, and then they would have to give up their spot and put that black male back on top like he was during that first dynasty. And for some reason, I don't know, I saw an image of somebody with their fingers crossed behind their back. I can't even believe I went here. I had no idea I was going to go here. I saw an image of... Excuse me, I saw an image when I was thinking about that. Not just now, but like some days ago. I saw an image of a person, a man, with his fingers crossed behind his back as if he was lying. And we know, I'm not trying to be funny, Europeans kind of do that a lot. Whenever they want to make deals. Somebody did a documentary about these, a lot of these Europeans making deals with trying to put banks in the Federal Reserves and all that stuff and making all these deals and going to different people and going to different countries. And somebody made a documentary where they showed this European Caucasian male with his hand behind his back and his fingers crossed. Okay, now I ain't trying to be funny and talk about the European male. Okay, I ain't got nothing against them, but yeah, I do think they are some of the slickest I've seen, and you know that could be a compliment. But I do believe they have the slickest tongues. I do believe so. I do believe they are. I don't believe that the white man is the master of illusions. I think the white woman is the master of illusions. Okay, because I've seen her. I've seen her. Okay. So the white man is not really the master of illusions, actually the white woman. And the fact that people keep looking at the white man, knowing that he comes from this woman's womb, shows how masterful she is. It just shows how masterful she is, that this man can come from this lady's womb. And people can blame the black woman for everything the black male does, but they can't seem to look at this white woman. That just goes to prove that she is good at what the hell she does. And she is the master of illusions. She's the master, not the white man. So I can't even, this is not even about me. I can't believe I went here. It's like when I started talking, I went here. See, but this is what I'm talking about. See how I started with the Oscars? I didn't even watch it. And how I didn't want to look at nobody's channel because they were going to be mundane and just want to gossip and say, well, what do you think Will Smith should have done? I'm like, you know, see, this is why people need to leave celebrities alone. You don't, that's a different planet that they're on. You don't know what's going on. I can't stand no mundane conversation about what should have Will Smith done. Now, listen, you don't understand his world. That's not even the same man that was, and when I say man, I know people grow up and they change who they are every 7 years. They become a new person. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this man probably was infiltrated when he started Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's what I'm talking about. Some other entity done grew up in him. And I know that to happen for almost a fact because I was sacrificed when I was a little girl. Even when I was never initiated into anything, people who did it, like my family was initiated, and I had an entity grow up in me. So I know what it's all about. Even if I'm not even in that world, I get a little bit of it. That man, Will Smith, that man, Chris Rock, and that woman, Jada Pinkett, from the time when she was probably on A Different World and Chris Rock was on New Jack City or whatever, they probably did something. Something was a breakout role for all of them. And they probably had some entity up in them ever since then, and they've been changed over. So I can't get into the mundane conversation about what somebody else should have done when they got some other entity growing up that's been in them for about almost 30 years or more. Okay? But anyway, to what I was saying, that the master of illusion. And I was talking about that's the white woman, not the white man. And whatever the white man is from, that what his mama taught him. I don't know why people can't see that, but they can see that with the black woman, though. Okay, I think it's because of the single motherhood, though. People keep looking at the black woman because of so many single mothers that it's like you can't look at the man too much. It's almost like he's becoming non-existent in the black community. And that is done by design. That is done on purpose, too. Because marriage, contrary to popular belief, people want to think it's for that woman. Marriage is for that man. And when you see just about every other community, men are more marriage minded. But you see in the black community, so-called black American community, men are not very marriage minded. That is done by design because they are tricking these men to believe marriage is for the woman and not for them. But see, when you have many of them that is not married, they don't have no family that they're with or whatever, then they're not even needed. So back to what I was saying about Egypt, because I didn't forget that, because I kind of got on the whole illusion thing, because something goes on when this European make deals with these people. His hand is behind his back and his fingers are crossed. I'm sorry for a European who is honest that's listening to this and he's an honest person. Or she's an honest person. Sorry about that. But the fact of the matter is a lot of them are just the masters of illusion. Even if the person listening to this is not, the collective are the masters of illusions, okay? So I don't mean to just, I understand everybody don't need to be left in one box, but hey. But yeah, so just like I talked about how I can't look at no shallow conversation looking at Will Smith as if he's somebody that work in the doggone McDonald's. That ain't the same person. That's a doggone A-list celebrity that did what he did. And Jada Pinkett talking about she should be able to take a joke. I guess because he's a comedian, it's a joke. That's how comedians look at it. Look, that is a witch and she's a celebrity. And if it caught her off guard, it's because she knew what was up. Okay, that is a witch and she is a celebrity witch on top of that. So whatever happened, if she looked at somebody funny, it's because she understands the magic involved. Okay, she understands the magic that's involved. She been in entertainment long enough not to be upset at any old joke that she hear. Okay. Because a lot of people talk about her, okay? So she ain't just going to be upset over no little old joke. It's something deeper that's going on that she understands, that Will Smith understands, but a lot of the rest of the world don't really get because they're not in their world. And even if they're celebrities, they're not A-list, okay? So maybe Denzel Washington, somebody on that level would have got that. And got why maybe Jada Pinkett might have been looking a little funny. Maybe Will Smith might have acted a little funny. The regular mundane people, they won't get it. They're just looking at it as he got mad. Okay? But yeah, but I wonder what I'm looking at, though. Yeah, I'm seeing something interesting. What I'm looking at, I'm just thinking, I'm sorry, is what do they need with black male energy? They keep using black male energy to set something off. And, what are they trying to do? Make fools? You know what? It's like, I'm seeing something with this black male. What are they doing? What rituals are they? It's almost like they're making sure they don't get back to this Egypt that they're trying to get back to. Because I believe there was a deal made between the Coptic Egyptians and the Europeans. And I guess this is supposed to be his time to come back, get back to where he was, and something's being done to make sure that don't happen. It's not that I care a whole lot, but I keep seeing this. And that's where I'm at with that. And they want to use something like the Oscars to make sure they get everybody's attention. Now, true enough, they're trying to cover things up too, yeah. But something is going on with this Black American male, and for some reason they keep using this Black American male for this humiliation. Whether he getting shot, murdered, they always doing something to open up a portal. They open up a portal. You know, as I started talking, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to show you the outside. This is not what it was looking like. It was cloudy outside, but this is not what it was looking like before I started talking, before I clicked record. This is not what it looked like. I'm going to show you. You see that? I'm in Palm Desert, California. You hear me? I ain't hardly ever seen it look like this. You see that? I've been here almost 3 years. I've seen what it looked like when it's about to rain. It was cloudy, true enough, but the sun was still out. As soon as I started talking about, I showed you these clouds on purpose because I want somebody to say something about this. As soon as I started talking about this subject with these two guys, it started to become very, very cloudy. And that's why I paused and stopped talking. But I'm a little tired of that because you know why? Because something says, should I talk about this or should I not? And what's going to happen? I'm so tired of fear, I don't know what to do. I am so tired of fear, I don't know what to do. As soon as I started talking, I saw those clouds. Something is going on. Something happening. Something is happening right now. Something is happening as soon as I clicked. And I don't believe in no coincidence. I can't get into that. I can't get into that even with this virtual reality. It's a holographic world. So then you got to know ain't nothing no doggone coincidence. As soon as I clicked on record, I saw the sun. I saw blue skies. I saw some clouds. But I saw the sun and I saw blue skies. And I'm telling you, when I click record and I said look up sometimes, as soon as I said look up sometimes, I couldn't see no more blue skies. The sun is completely gone. I'm like getting kind of tired of this because I was about to ask, does it have anything to do with me? Is something happening to me? But like I said, I'm sick of, I'm so tired of fear. I'm so tired of fear that I just like taking me out, please. If I always got to be freaking scared. I need to go. I need to freaking go. Because this ain't no doggone coincidence and I know it. This is Palm Desert. And I know it rains over here. But as soon as I clicked, it don't, let me tell you, look. Let me stop lying. It don't rain over here. It drizzle. It don't rain. This ain't nothing. I'm from Alabama. This ain't nothing compared to Alabama, Florida, Texas, wherever. Even other countries where they have monsoons. This ain't, Palm Desert ain't nothing. No, it don't rain. It don't even rain like it does in LA in Palm Desert. Like it don't do nothing. But it's just mostly sunny skies every day. The sky is blue in Palm Desert. So it's not even like LA. LA get more rain than Palm Desert. Like this is the desert. Do you hear me? This is the desert. I ain't hardly ever seen it look like this. I click record and this is what happened. I did see some skies, and I saw it since yesterday. And then when I heard about these Oscars, because I don't watch TV, or I don't hardly look at what's going on anyway, because you can look on the internet these days. But because I'm not in tune with a lot of stuff, I still didn't know about it until people wanted to make videos, and I saw the titles. I click record, and this happens. I click record, and this happens, and this is just not what I'm used to seeing in Palm Desert. In the deserts. I mean, in Inglewood, okay, I lived in Inglewood. Maybe, yeah. But not here. So anyway, so I saw those clouds forming yesterday. And then today when I saw the clouds today, and then when I clicked record, it got worse. And then when I said look up sometimes, it's almost like the sky was purposely being covered because I said look up sometime. I just got a confirmation. I won't say how. I just got a confirmation that was true. It's almost like when I said look up sometimes, it's almost like these clouds were purposely, and I understand I'm in my own reality and in my own parallel world. It's like the sky was purposely covered when I said look up sometimes. And this is just where I am. Okay? I saw clouds coming. But it's almost like I'm really sick of whatever's going on. I'm sick of these games. I'm sick of this fear. I'm tired of whatever they're doing that has to do with this. It has to do with a lot of Black Americans, but they're doing something with this black male. I just can't help. I don't know. I can't help but to see that something is rituals always done and is kicked off with these black males. But anyway, that is it. I didn't know I would say all this. I did get slightly disturbed with these clouds that just came all of a sudden. They came quickly. When I said look up sometimes, the sky was completely covered when I said that. Like the sky completely covered when I said that. I wish if I had known this would have happened, I should have showed you the sky. It was plenty of blue. The clouds were clearing up. Let me tell you something. The clouds were clearing up. And I saw a lot of blue and I saw the sun. And when I said look up sometimes, this right here happened. This right here happened. This ain't no coincidence. It ain't no rain coming that quick. Soon as I click on the video, like something is listening. And something is listening. But I know it's something else going on too. And there's something else going on probably in my inner world. How would I see this? But anyway, I didn't know I would do all this. I will talk to you later.